Wasteland Weirdos, Brian S. Revenge, The Squirrel Siege, Part 5. The Fart Patrol was camped in the ruins of an old drive-in theater, their spiked ice cream truck parked between the rusted-out speaker posts. Johnny was roasting a can of beans over a trash fire. Zach was sharpening a piece of scrap metal into something that could technically be called a sword. Cody was explaining Fortnite building mechanics to a half-broken lawn gnome. It was almost peaceful until the ground began to rumble. From the horizon came a sight so ridiculous, so cursed, that Zach almost dropped his makeshift sword. An army, not of people, but of mutant squirrels, hundreds of them, all wearing matching cargo shorts. At the front, riding a rusty ATV like it was a throne on wheels, was Brian the Eternal, wearing sunglasses at night, a plastic Burger King crown, and a smug grin. Fart Patrol, Brian's voice echoed through a cheap megaphone. You embarrassed me in front of my cult. You ruined my squirrel training grounds. Now, I'm here to show you who the hardest worker in the wasteland really is. He pointed dramatically. The squirrels charged. The siege begins. The first wave hit fast. Johnny revved the ice cream truck and plowed through a line of squirrel shock troops, sending them tumbling like furry bowling pins. Zach leapt onto the roof of the truck, swinging his scrap metal blade, yelling Shakespeare quotes for intimidation. Cody set up an old boombox and blasted the Fortnite default dance song, which somehow confused a whole squad of squirrels long enough for Johnny to ram them into a popcorn stand. Brian's war machines. But Brian had come prepared. From behind a crumbling concession stand rolled giant squirrel-powered war wagons, old shopping carts strapped to rocket engines, manned by Brianites armed with clipboards and passive-aggressive insults. One squirrel wagon launched a barrage of stale Fun Yuns. Another filled the air with vape clouds so thick you couldn't see through them. Johnny drove straight into the chaos, spinning the truck like a demolition derby car. Zach jumped down and ripped the battery out of a squirrel wagon, yelling, "Try making an excuse for that, Brian." Cody somehow climbed a pile of tires and began giving an inspirational speech about Fortnite victory royales. To the squirrels, to everyone's shock, a few actually switched sides and started harassing Brian's troops. The final showdown, Brian, seeing his army fall apart, drove his ATV straight at the ice cream truck. Johnny floored it. The two vehicles bumped in a deafening crunch of metal, Cheeto dust, and bad decisions. Brian stumbled out, swinging a broken vape like a weapon. Johnny stepped forward, cracked his knuckles, and delivered a single, devastating fart. The blast of wind knocked Brian backward into his own squirrel wagon, which promptly erupted in a glorious cloud of Axe body spray and onion-scented smoke. Aftermath. The surviving squirrels scattered into the wasteland. The Fart Patrol watched Brian crawl away into the fog, muttering excuses about bad leadership and low morale. They knew this wasn't over. Brian would be back. He always came back, but for now, the wasteland was quiet. Except for Cody, still explaining Fortnite strategies to anyone who would listen.